Hi everyone. I wanted to get a video out this month to talk about one of the number one questions that we're getting from people, and that is, the impact on the debt that we're taking on as a country, and how does that impact your money, and maybe what to expect going forward. So first of all, I did some research, and I will put the references at the end of this so you can look for yourself. But going back, the last 80 to 90 years in this country, looking at the GDP to debt ratio that we're currently in, which is about 130% debt to GDP, and looking back to when the last time that was that our country's been in that. Obviously, the trillions of dollars that we are in debt isn't the same amount of money as way back when, but it certainly is percentage-wise. So I went back to 1945, 1946, and 1947. Our country's debt to GDP ratio was hovering around 120%. Go back to that time, obviously we understand what was happening then, and we're kind of coming out of World War II. Fast forward a couple of years after that into the early 50s. To pay for that debt, we increase taxes, which is about the only way to really decrease debt. We have to raise revenue as a country. And you can politicize that all you want. It's just the truth. And Warren Buffett has said it before, from a tax standpoint, he's paying lower taxes than his secretary. And, right or wrong, whatever your feelings are, that is what it is. But he's also said that high taxes don't necessarily mean low performance in markets. So we look at 1950, 51 is when Congress increased taxes. The lowest tax bracket going from 17% to 20%, and the highest tax bracket going from 84% to 91%. Just for reference sake, we are currently a lowest tax bracket 10%, and the highest tax bracket 39.6%. So pretty different. How that impacts the markets and your money. 1950, the market S&P 500 was up 31%. 1951, 24%. 1952, 18%. 1953, down 1%. 1954, up 52%. 1955, up 31%. So higher taxes don't necessarily correlate to lower market returns. The reason I feel that is the case is because of certainty versus uncertainty. So we've been talking about government debt, federal debt for, as long as I've been in this business, so 20 years. And that uncertainty, I think, in investors' minds always leaves that thing hanging out there that they're not sure about. I feel like any personal balance sheet, having high debt and uncertainty without a plan to attack it, we feel anxious about it. I think as a country, at least most fiscally responsible people, also feel anxious about our current federal debt. Once we have a plan, once we know what to expect going forward, take some uncertainty out of the markets, okay? So in my estimation, in my personal opinion, I feel that a plan, even if that plan means higher taxes, which I don't think there's any doubt that it would give investors an idea of what those expectations will be going forward and take some of the uncertainty out of the markets. So I'm not trying to prognosticate anything. We don't know what the future of the markets holds. I'm just saying that increased debt and increased taxes do not necessarily correlate to lower market returns. So I will post the references at the end of this video so you can take a look for yourself. Hopefully that gives you some insight on my feelings on debt and taxes and how that correlates to your money. Have a great month.